Today we are taking a look at stocking from new Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. This is the figure in the brilliant line by System Service. New Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt is a stylized action comedy series centered on Panty and Stocking as they fight supernatural enemies in a world built around loud designs and exaggerated visual energy. Within that story, Stocking is one of the central characters, and her look stands out through the strong contrast of her colors, her distinctive fashion details, and her instantly recognizable silhouette. Today's highlights for this figure are the clearly separated two-tone hair, the pose that stays close to the original character image, and the outfit recreation. The first highlight is the hair. The figure does not treat the blue and pink as a simple surface gradient. The outer hair stays blue while the inner layer stays pink, so the color separation reads as two distinct layers rather than one blended mass. That makes the long hair much more recognizable from both the front and the rear. The second highlight is the posing. The figure uses a wide standing stance, one arm pulled back onto the skirt area and the other arm lowered, which creates a very clear character-driven silhouette instead of a neutral standing pose. Because the torso twists slightly while the skirt spreads outward and the hair falls around the body, the full figure keeps a lively stage-like presence. The third highlight is the outfit recreation. The frilled choker, the blue heart at the chest, the corset-style center section, the layered skirt, and the striped stockings all appear together in a very readable way because each major costume sign is kept separate instead of being simplified into one flat block. The outfit remains easy to recognize all the way from the neck down to the feet. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The head is built around a calm and slightly playful expression. The mouth is drawn as a fine upward smile, and the eyes stay open in a relaxed way, so the face does not rely on exaggerated force to make an impression. Instead, the character presence comes through the clean placement of the eyes, the soft line of the cheeks, and the controlled expression around the mouth. The eyes use blue as the main color, which immediately ties them back to the rest of the figure's palette. Above them, the bangs fall in a straight line across the forehead. Small openings in the bangs allow the pink inner layer to appear between the blue outer sections, which already introduces the two-tone structure from the front view. That color separation becomes even more important in the long hair. The outside remains blue while the inside stays pink, and the two are kept visually distinct as the hair drops from the head down past the waist. From the rear, the blue outer surface forms the main silhouette, while the pink remains visible through openings and inner gaps between the hair sections. That keeps the color layout readable from more than one angle, rather than limiting it to the front. There are also strong character markers around the top and rear of the head. A blue bow sits high at the back of the head, and white wings extend outward behind it. Those elements break up the large mass of long hair and stop the head from becoming just one vertical shape. Together, the expression, the straight bangs, the layered color split, the bow, and the wings give the head a very recognizable identity. The upper body stands out through the way the costume layers are stacked over a gently twisted torso. The chest faces forward, but the body does not stay completely flat because the line from the shoulders down into the waist shifts slightly as one arm moves back and the other falls downward. That small turn keeps the front view from feeling stiff and helps the costume details follow the body more naturally. At the neck, the frilled choker creates the first clear costume break. The white frill wraps around the neck while a silver band runs through the center, so the piece reads as more than a simple ring. Below that, the chest section is divided into blue and white panels, and a silver trim runs across the upper edge and continues into the shoulder straps. At the center of the bust, a blue heart projects outward and immediately becomes one of the key visual anchors of the entire upper half. The waist section changes into a gray corset-like panel, and that area adds much more internal detail. White lacing crosses through the middle, while pale blue frill lines frame the center and lower edge. Because the lacing, frill border, and main torso panel are all treated separately, the center body does not flatten into one broad shape. It keeps a layered, dressed appearance that feels much richer than a simple color block. The arms also help carry the look of the figure. One arm is bent back so the hand rests against the skirt area, while the other arm drops lower at the side, giving the upper half a more relaxed but still deliberate character pose. Silver armbands sit high on the arms, white glove-like sections continue downward, and the lowered hand includes blue nails and a ring, which adds another small point of detail near the transition into the skirt. Together, the choker, chest heart, corset lacing, arm placement, and hand details give the upper body a very complete and character-specific presentation. The lower body is built around a short layered skirt and a very clear leg presentation. Rather than letting the costume fall straight down, the figure pushes the skirt outward so the silhouette opens around the hips before narrowing again into the thighs. That spread helps the pose feel more animated and also gives the lower half a stronger sense of rhythm. The outer skirt uses a white base with a light blue band running across the front area. On top of that, large white bows are placed near the sides, and each bow is topped with a blue heart. Because the hearts sit above the bows instead of being merged into them, the added decoration feels clearly layered rather than printed into the surface. Under the outer skirt, a second white frilled layer extends downward in a continuous wave, which gives the hem much more movement. Below the skirt, the striped stockings immediately take over as one of the strongest visual elements of the figure. The white and blue bands are wide and very easy to read, so the legs keep the same bold color language already established in the upper half. The stance is also important here. The legs are spread apart in a direct and confident way, which supports the broad skirt shape and gives the figure a much more characterful silhouette than a simple closed leg pose. The feet continue the same coordinated styling. The figure uses open-toe heeled sandals with wrapped upper sections, and the toes are painted blue to match the nails on the hand and the rest of the costume accents. Because the lower body connects the hearts, bows, frills, striped stockings, and heels without losing clarity, it does much more than fill out the costume. It becomes one of the main reasons the full design stays so memorable from top to bottom. This figure is approximately 21 centimeters tall. That's about 8.3 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Stocking by System Service stands out for the way this figure combines a clearly separated two-tone hair design, a pose that keeps strong character image appeal, and a costume layout that remains easy to recognize across the full body. The head makes a very immediate impression. The soft smile and relaxed blue eyes give the face a controlled expression rather than an exaggerated one, which works well with the clean, straight bangs. That calm facial treatment also helps the hair stand out even more strongly. The outer blue layer and inner pink layer are kept visibly separate from the front, and that same relationship continues into the long rear hair, making the color design one of the most successful parts of the figure. The blue bow and white wings add even more identity and help break up the large vertical mass of hair from rear and side views. The upper body carries the most recognizable costume signs. The frilled choker, the blue heart at the chest, the silver trim, and the corset-style center section all work together to make the figure readable at a glance. The slight turn through the torso, combined with the arm positions, keeps the body from feeling too straight or static. That is important because the figure is not trying to rely on heavy action. Instead, it uses posture, costume layering, and clear placement of details to hold attention. The lower body finishes that idea very well. The layered skirt spreads outward. The bows and blue hearts give the waist area extra decoration, and the striped stockings create one of the strongest repeating patterns on the full figure. The open stance keeps the legs visually active, while the heeled sandals and blue painted toes carry the coordinated color details all the way to the bottom. Nothing in the lower half feels disconnected from the upper design. What makes the full figure work especially well is the consistency of its visual language. The hair color split, the blue hearts, the striped stockings, and the light dress details all support the same character image without competing against each other. Because of that, fans of new panty and stocking with garterbelt or stocking will definitely enjoy this piece. With that focus on two-tone hair separation, pose, and outfit recreation, collectors who appreciate highly recognizable character styling should find it a very satisfying addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.